Well, this is a lot lighter than it was yesterday. It was 40 kilos yesterday and significantly less today, which I was not enjoying that at all. Actually, the terrain was bad. I decided to kind of go as direct as I possibly could, and I ended up in some nasty bog, you know, where the grass was like this, but it was impossible. You know, it wasn't impossible obviously, but it was very difficult to move through, and I kept sinking up to my knees in watery bogness. So that was a bit dull actually. I'll try and avoid that next time. I just thought I would make a bit more time, but clearly didn't. Right, time to go. I think I've done everything I needed to do. So I've come from over there in my little hidey hole in Waller Brook, and I'm heading south still, and I'm going to be moving over to Fernworthy. Well, Fernworthy reservoirs back in that woodland over there. But I'm going to head over there now. I've come to this really nice dry stone wall, aggravated some sheep, and I'm going to head, I think I'm going to head down there. I can't be bothered really to skirt off into that, and I think that's probably military range and all that sort of stuff, so I'm just going to stay off that for the time being. I've got the range times in my notebook in my backpack, but I can't be asked to take it off right now. But I've got some very nice pictures so far. I think there was some beautiful sun over there dancing on the ground. So I was just over by that wall over there. There were remains of a sheep, and there were bits all over the place. I mean, there was the tail. There was a lot of there was a lot of fleece around. It looked relatively new. I mean, there was a dark patch about the size, a bit bigger than a dinner plate, on the ground, like that's where it bled out, which was very strange, I think. And just in this little bit here, there were the remains of a sheep as well. It looked older than what was over by the wall, but very interesting. I'm still heading towards the woodland over here. There's sheep up on the hillside here, but I mean, you know, if there was a predatory cat out here, you know, it would be using these gullies and things and the low-lying land, potentially, or using that wall line to hide itself from livestock on the other side. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And it's caught one out potentially, but it looked very much like a kill, actually. I mean, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but you know, there were bits of the animal all over the place, and there was, you know, it had bled. I'm pretty sure. And I completely forgot to take a photo of it, but I'll do that on the way back, or tomorrow morning or something. But it really did look like something had got killed there, which is very interesting. But we'll see. I was going to skirt with the wall, but I decided to come across this way because that's how I would do it, maybe, as a cat. Because you've got this ravine here, and we know cats and other creatures like that, predators will use ravines and things to ambush and to move around in order to not be seen, obviously. But I've got I'm following a sheep track at the moment, which is heading that way towards the forest there. So we shall see what's going on. Oh, by the way, I just saw a lynx. I took some photos of a lynx helicopter, which came out from over there and then went over here, and he mucked about by the V in there, by the tree line, and hovered for a bit and then took off again, which was quite interesting, quite cool. Anywho, onward and upward. I'm a little bit further on from last time, but there's the remains of a sheep down there, which is, I can see a skeleton, I can see the backbone, I can see bones all over the place, but it's difficult to spot unless you're up on this side. And the thing is that I don't know if you can make it out, but there's a stile going over the dry stone wall there, and the footpath is on the other side of that wall, and I'm not entirely sure you'd see that from over there. So unless you come over on this side, which you're unlikely to do because the footpath isn't there, it's on the other side of the wall that comes down and then cuts across. Don't know, let's go and have a look. That carcass is a bit bloody destroyed. There's fleece everywhere, and it's right down out of the way. Let's have a look. Oh, it's been torn to bits, it looks like. There's freaking two of them. There's a skull here. Oh, there's a skull here. Look at the sides of the ribs here, where the ribs come back onto they've been chewed off. That's been eaten. Now that would be very difficult to do. That would be very difficult to do if the sheep had died here and just died of natural causes. How does its leg end up on a rock? That's very interesting, and like I said, from that wall over there, and I might try it, I might go over there. I've got to cross this little river, not a little river, big river, and I'll see if I can see this. You might see some of this white stuff over here, but you just make the assumption that a sheep died. But that is very interesting. I'm not going to touch it, but look, it's been bitten. It's been bitten off, and look at the bit behind the ball joint there. That looks like it's been gouged. I mean, there's bits of it everywhere. say, I mean, you know, I'm certainly not an expert here. But look at this. Look at the hip joint. It's still in the socket. But it looks like it's been shattered beneath the hip joint. Oh wow. There's not much else left of it. But there's two skulls down here. Now it's entirely possible that one animal, the one over there, died naturally, but where are its remains, given the skull is here? And we've got another leg joint over here. There's only two leg joints. Obviously we've got two animals. That equals 8 legs. Because I can do maths. And we've got more fleece over here. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Let's have a bit of a look round. See if we can see. Okay, another bone. Another bone on the rock. More bone here. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. I love that sound. That babbling brook. So I'm at the gates of the Fernworthy woodland. Goes up to Fernworthy reservoir up there. So it's turned out to be quite a nice day. Very nice to see the sun, because I was getting quite cold actually, certainly when I stopped. Age, you see. So we'll go through the gate. I feel like Private Baldrick. All this crap hanging off me, but I don't like crap. But it's nice in here. I do love. There's two things I like. That's it, two things. Pine forests. Oh, this is beautiful. And ferns. Oh, look at this. This is amazing. But look at this. This is insane. The size of these trees. It's crazy. It's quite cold in here though. I can see all the trees up there, all rustling. It's amazing up here. Yeah, it looks like a junction, so I'm going to take a left here. Oh, shizer. There's trees and things that are falling down. See this? Trees come down over the path. Obviously, probably to do with the windstorm that we had recently, I would think. That's me. Even the horses have come around here. It's horse hoof marks. Oh, there's more trees down there. So I'm back on the path now. Clearly people have been this way. Yeah. What a giant Christmas tree. That's a two. Is that two? Yeah, it's two. The problem with pine generally is their root systems don't grow very deep. They grow out wide but quite shallow. Ooh, just noticed that. I can see claw marks, I think. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. Take a picture. Exciting stuff, innit? I'll take one over here. Some back here too. This one I think, oh, it's round though. Could be dog though. I can't see the W on the rear pad very clearly, but these, I don't see that. They're much more circular, and I don't see claw marks. And then this one, it's harder to tell. The stone's been kicked into it, but it looks elongated, like it's a, yeah, there could be one print, like a sheep print or something on top of it. I don't know. I'll keep an eye out. This is what going slow gets you. You spot stuff. I suspect deer. Yeah, they're big. They're much bigger than. So we've got deer walking along the path. Again, the sheep are being kept out by stiles and gates and what have you. Dog. You sink up to your neck in bloody water. I can see a stile or something over there. Look at this. It's like a nuclear bloody wasteland. That's horrible, isn't it? So I've got some wild horses out there. That's where your pine from B&Q comes from, and drifting light and stuff. But yeah, so I'm just following. So this wall goes up, it bends around. So I've committed it to memory. So up, bends around to the left, goes straight on, crosses the river that I crossed earlier, around about the same junction point, and then goes straight up the other side. So I've got a bit of a steep climb, and then I'm onto the backs of the tops, and I'm going to walk along an actual path all the way back, pretty much to the western edge of Waller Brook. There's the big forest out there in the distance that went down that side, cut back through, came around, met this wall, and here we are at the crossing. Now the sheep carcass was just over there, and there was the remains from earlier were in a patch just in here. So I sort of mucking about in here, which is this is the river I crossed earlier today. I'm not going to have to do that, I'm going to go across this. So I'm going to try not to A, fall in, and B, not drop the GoPro and smash everything up. Which could be a bit interesting now that I come to think of this. Possibly. Which side's best? Actually, the other side would have been better. Why did I do that? Why did I change sides? Anyway, let's try it. I was thinking, mate, I could have walked across the rocks, but actually this isn't too bad. Hopefully I don't drop the freaking tripod or smash camera, because I've slid the tripod underneath the lid, and I had this horrible thought, if I tip sideways, I wonder if the tripod might fall out, and then I end up with the tripod in 4 feet of water. Interesting. Drag the camera along a piece of rock, ideally. But hey. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Very cool. So let's go across the field and see what's what. I'm just going to cut straight through it and cross back where I came earlier. And here's what I made earlier. I try and avoid all quagmires at all costs. Here's Waller Brook. So I've just met up with it, even though my camp is over there, and it was sorely tempting to cut across and do it shorter, because it was only about 500 metres away from me up there. I just thought, no, you're going to be up to your kneecaps in water and bog and trying to negotiate those horrible squelchy tuft things. Just walk to the river and there's going to be an animal track, which is what I'm on at the moment. It's not the best thing on earth, but it's beautiful down there. Proper babbling brook. Not the only thing babbling along here. I do like these water courses, they're lovely, but it's a reasonable part. I am not going to miss my tent by trying to come at it at an angle or directly and then walking past it and having to go up and down and look for the flaming thing. So it should be alright, I think. definitely further down because we're much higher up now. Because yesterday I cut down quite low from my tent. So this is a bit of a recap really. So we've got 3 locations now. Well, I've got 3 locations. So I've walked back up to the top, not to the top, but to the first one. So here we are again. Here's the wall that comes down. That I walked yesterday over from there. Came to the wall and just happened to notice this. We've got a splodge mark. So I'm making the hypothesis that the animal bled out here. Now we've got bits of animal. The jawbone has been taken off. I can see bloody bits here, and then we've got the fleece. The fleece has been removed. And now we come over here. Obviously I've come a different way and I've just come back over here. I saw this. And then I saw ribs.